just gratitude elevates truth. And when you sit in gratitude for all that's around you, you spend time in nature, you connect with your intuitive channel. And that is day 21 of our Rainbow Rise Up, our 80 days of healing. And that is the I of the Be Jamming session. The ING is your intuition. And it was hard because there's these little black ants that I keep finding on me. It's hard because the I is also, it could be whether that's intuition or your inner child healing. So it just depends on what you're working on that week. But today in our powwow, I was brought to confirmations that are coming out in research that's showing that when you connect, when you go and you bring up a fear and you utilize modalities of laughter and music and nature and breath work, you can eradicate that fear. And it's what the Feargiveness journey has been about. I never knew that, and it was never available, that it's scientifically proven that you can change fear forever just by tapping in to what came through was like these dopamine hits. And then it was so like random of how the information came through is that the work that we're doing is so powerful and so impactful, and why the Be Jamming sessions are so important. And as we get through it, and as I've been immersed in it and going back to it to ensure that all the tips and tricks and tools and treats are within it, it's showing me that it's more than just a Be Jamming session. When you step into the frequency of Feargiveness and you use color in your healing and you tap into the frequencies and vibrations. So every color has a vibration that it stays at, and then it resonates and radiates from, but then it also lets off these different frequencies based on all the different hues and changes of color. And when you tap into the vibration and explode all of the frequencies, your mind, body, and soul, inside, outside, upside, and down, gets healing. And this healing is permanent. And it was just showing that the remembrance of, you have to go back and release those fears. It brought in the fascia system, and how it's kind of our emotional organ within our body that carries all the traumas, but it also carries gratitude. And you can, just like you can change your subconscious mind, you can change your fascia system. And got all friends on me. So as you tap into your intuition, I use it for everything. I open my Akashic records every morning. I stand barefoot on the grass. I stand in service to the Divine Father, Mother God. How can I serve you today? And then I'm guided. How can my celestial pillar be brought into service? And today it was about harmonization. There's a lot of days it's about anchoring. We are changing. The currency is currently changing to energy will be our currency. So there's work that's being done there. So your intuitive channel, that gut feeling that it started with, when you lean in and you follow it, if you're guided to inspired actions, all of that, your intuitive channel is your bridge. It's your powwow with your Divine Father, Mother God, and your higher self. And that is when you expand that and allow the trust and surrender of the wisdom of the Akashic records. When you expand and you bring in self-Reiki and healing. See, we have our Mama Bee here. There's so much power when you get the opportunity and you set the intention to allow your intuitive channel to lead your day, to lead you through mindfulness, to lead you through your breath work, to lead you through your Be Jamming sessions. Just tapping in to your intuitive awareness and tapping into your heart, allowing your heart to speak for you, and asking your ego to be your cheerleader. Your ego has saved you, and ego isn't bad. It just has protected you for so long, and now it's time to step with you. It's walking beside you. It's your cheerleader. And when you do that, your intuitive channel opens up. And I find with your intuitive channel, if you receive a message and it's the first message that comes through, just like when we're coloring paint, it's the first color that comes through. And if you second guess that, that's where your ego mind starts to take over. So it's really that first intention, that first color, that first thought comes from your heart brain, not your brain. It's the brain and the conscious mind, the subconscious mind that's like tries to double check it and change the color, change it for you, or makes you second guess it. So really just placing your hand on your heart and asking to tap in. And for me, there's so many ways to get, if you wanted yes or no answers. What I found for me that works best is when I ask the question, we have come up with a system that if it's a no, I'll get a no with my light language, and if it's a yes, my light language will expand. So I'll show you. Show me a no. Those are no's, are very distinct. Show me a yes. So my intuitive, my light language, my quantum light language will just go off in this beautiful, expansive, and that's where I receive messages. So if I'm asking my intuitive channel, if I'm asking my higher self or the divine Father, Mother, God, what do I need in this now moment? And I go for, that piece of chocolate cake. And is this for my highest good? No. And there's sometimes I'll think it's going to be a no, and it's a yes. And it's like, okay, well, my inner child needed it, or I do intuitive cooking. So the chocolate cake that I'm talking about has dark chocolate in it, and it's made with cacao, and it has Ayurvedic medicines in it. It has ashwagandha and maca and chicory root. So it's not like it's bad for me, but it's just what do I need in this now moment? And then I'll reach for watermelon juice as a sip, and it'll just be like, yes, that's what you need in this now moment. So you can use your intuitive channel any ways that you want, and you can work with your higher self. Some people will lean forward for a yes and lean backwards for a no. You just have to really ask and kind of create that conversation, create those key codes for you to know. What else about the intuitive channel? The intertwinement with the I and the inner child. We'll do another video on that. So we'll do a part 2 to this expansion. Yeah, we'll stick with the intuitive channel. So first, intuitively, is just sitting in gratitude, sitting in self-love and self-acceptance, really tapping into the heart, putting your hand on your heart, connecting with your breath to open your intuitive channel, and allowing your heart to speak.